Awesome. And we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. John Lavenia here with an awesome co-host who I'll introduce you to in just a moment. And we want to welcome you, especially of all of our guests. People are hearing about our business for the first time. Welcome to this live broadcast. We typically don't know what we're going to say until it comes out of our mouths, but our hopes for you today is that you're going to get some food for action, that you're going to find, as I have found, after, in my case, a long time of doing business online and offline in the home business world, that we've got something really, really powerful here, and you can participate starting right now today. So we do have an awesome co-host with us right down below. I don't know if you can see him yet, Mr. Tony Rush, who is also a seven-figure earner here in the home business world. Tony, if you'd like to say hi, and then we'll get into some content.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I always feel a little bit when we do these conversations like this publicly, I always feel a little sense of envy for people who've never seen it for the first time, just because I know what they're about to see. This is completely unlike anything else you've ever seen in the world of making money from home. I don't care if you've done the health stuff, nutrition, weight loss, skincare, legal stuff. I mean, there's a lot of great companies out there, a lot of great things going on in the industry, but when you see what we're about to show you here in the next few minutes, I think your response will probably be like mine was and like John's was. I can't believe no one has done this like this until now. It is so far and removed from anything else you've ever seen, and that, in part, is where a great deal of its power comes from, because it's just not another Me Too deal. It's not another, hey, let me jump on somebody's bandwagon. It is completely and totally unique in the industry. And you're going to be really excited when you see here in just a moment what we're talking about, and more importantly, how you can literally turn your annual income into a monthly income. So pretty exciting stuff.
Awesome stuff. Tony, for people who don't know, Tony and I have known each other for about a decade. We've worked together. We've run companies together. Both of us have had a good amount of success, but there was also a time before all that where we were newbies. We were just learning our way around. And as Tony just mentioned, what you're about to see and what we just recently saw just a few months ago, in fact, I'll tell you the story, it has changed our paradigm and our outlook on how home business can be done and should be done, and what should be expected in terms of an actual real-world result. I'll tell you how this whole thing came about, and we're about to show you the company that we're working with. But it was about 3 months ago, just over 3 months ago, I got a phone call on a Friday night from somebody who knows my history, knows my background and what I've done here in the whole business world and writing books and all the stuff that I've done, and said, hey, John, come meet us tomorrow morning in San Diego. Here's a plane ticket. Here's a hotel room. Meet us there in about 14 hours. And I said, hey, what's this all about, man? I'm really busy. I got 4 businesses running, And he's like, well, we can't talk to you about it over the phone. There's some non-disclosures. There's a billionaire flying in from Europe. Several multi-millionaires are flying out here. You just gotta see what we're doing. Fortunately, I said yes. And when I did look, and I did show up, there was me and about 100 people in the room from all different backgrounds. And this is going to be important to you towards the end of the webinar today. You're going to see why this is so huge. People from all different backgrounds, different marketing disciplines, people who know things like search engine optimization, video creation, online funnels, typical offline sales and marketing, team building, MLM, etc. All these people have come together on this project, which was just an idea at the moment. And the premise that was where everything was being presented to us, the whole idea was that anyone in this room, and I'm going to say this to you right now as you're watching this, today's the last day you ever worry about money, because what you're going to see and what we can engage in, what we can build together, this includes you watching us right now, because we're very early in all this, only 3 months, right? What we're going to build here is going to be worth a lot more than anything we've ever done before, including people in the room who had already made multiple millions of dollars. Okay, so I want you to think about a little bit of contrast as we get into this, and I'm going to show you, we'll let the cat out of the bag and show you how we're going to fulfill all these intentions. But I want you to think, if you've ever had experience in the home-based business world where you're attempting to, let's say in the world of traditional network marketing and MLM, which personally I'm not a big fan of. I haven't had big success in that world. Okay, most of my success has been in the info products, conferences, high ticket, right, high dollar kind of stuff. Well, in the typical home business world, you're attempting to get people to purchase, let's say, a skin cream or a vitamin line or some jungle juice or something in hopes that they're going to get on what's called an auto ship and allocate new money every month, let's say $100, $150 a month, whatever it is, to consume this product in hopes that they're also going to participate in a compensation plan and hopefully make more money than they're outflowing each month. Right? Now, what's the problem with this model? Well, first of all, 90% or more of the people say no, right? And the ones that do say yes, they typically don't stick for more than a couple of months because after a while, the jungle juice stops tasting so good, and it didn't cure every ailment in life, and next thing you know, they're off the auto ship, and there goes your residual income. So I know a lot of people are chasing this residual income home business dream, and I believe what you're going to see, well, in my experience, is the only true lifelong residual income that I've ever witnessed, that I've ever experienced in the home business world. Couple that with the ability to offer something where virtually everybody says yes. So you see the contrast here? We're not asking people to take money out of their pockets. So get that through your head right now. You could literally, with what we're about to show you, you could walk into any room, anywhere in the world, and say to every person in that room, I can guarantee you, every one of you, 100%, that I can show you how to get money online, and it does not have to cost you 1 cent out of your pocket to get started. Brilliant. And I'm not going to sell you jungle juice, okay? And anyone with their head screwed on and understands what anything is about, they're going to say yes. They're going to say, oh my goodness, this is just dangerously close to perfect. That's what we have found, and it all has to do with the company that we're working with, which is an 11-year-old publicly traded company called Doobly. Now, I had heard of this company before some years ago. They were experimenting with a few different online e-commerce business models, and it was only in the last couple of years that they finally hit, that they've come up with a business model that's sustainable, that works, and that people are just falling in love with, and that once again, virtually everybody, from a customer standpoint, okay, we're talking about customers now, virtually everybody says yes as soon as they see it, because it's free to sign up, and our product, get ready for this, our product is cash. Literally, it's free money. I know that sounds really weird and hypey just coming out of my mouth. It's weird to hear me say that because I've heard a lot of hype, I've heard a lot of BS in my ears, but this is literally free money. I'm going to show you what Doobly's about, what they've morphed into, what they've created, and some of the people that are behind it. And then we're going to hear from Tony about how we capitalize on all this, you and I, okay, as entrepreneurs, as marketers, as business people. Okay, so we're going to start with what the customer sees. I want you to just think like the customer for a moment. Hey, we're all customers too, right? We all buy stuff, right? We all have to survive and buy various things. Well, online shopping is a big, big trend. Okay, I don't think it's going away, and I'm going to show you what Doobly has done to address that and what has caused them to already become the largest e-commerce direct selling company in the world. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And Tony, if you would just give me a verbal confirmation that you're able to see on your screen a website called Doobly.com.
Yep, you got it.
Very good. So this is what the customer sees. This is the product itself, Doobly.com. Now, we're in business in every country on the planet. You'll see we've got a bunch of different languages here. Here's Russian, here's Australia, here's UK, India, et cetera, et cetera. I'm in the United States. Okay, so that goes ahead and refreshes. And what do we got here? We got the ability to get paid to travel, to get paid to shop, and get coupons and deals, and we can sign up for free. Remember what I said before? Free. So for the customer, we're not telling them to take any money out of their pocket. Every single person on planet Earth can afford free. Who is this for? This is for people that want a simple way to get cash back. You see the little piggy bank here. They sign up, they shop, they get cash back from the stores and merchants that they're already shopping at already. So we're not asking people to switch brands and, hey, our skin cream is better than your skin cream. We don't care what skin cream you use, or even if you do use skin cream, maybe you want to buy a TV or a MacBook Pro, like what I'm talking to you on right now. It's all in here, and people can buy what they want, where they want to buy it, and simply get free money for having done so. Take you through a little quick little tour. Travel. Okay, how many people shop online for plane tickets and of course hotels and rental car bookings and all this? We've got Priceline. Priceline's already given you a great deal, but here you can get up to 11% cash back after getting the best deal at Priceline. Right? Here's the shopping mall. I'm going to show you inside a little bit. Here's the Apple Store. Remember, I just mentioned I'm talking to you on a MacBook Pro, right? This machine costs $3,300. Well, I can get 7% back from Apple as what's called a VIP member here. I'll show you what these three different categories of memberships mean in just a moment. I just recently bought a bunch of stuff at Target, right? My wife got towels. We just moved into a new house. All this stuff adds up, right? This was stuff we're going to buy anyway, 7.8% back there. Best Buy, right? Electronics, Tiger Direct. Look, we even have a weekly deal here. Overstock, Legos for my daughter, right? So it goes on and on and on. We've got over 11,000 stores worldwide, 4,000 just here in the United States, where I'm speaking to you from right now. Here's a cashback calculator. Again, think like the customer. How much money can you get in cash back this year, Mr. and Mrs. Customer? Well, let's say we kept the numbers very conservative. You only do a couple $1,000s a year in travel and shopping. I know my wife doesn't spend any more than $2,000 a year on shopping. Utilities, we've got telecom companies, insurance companies, Allstate, State Farm, AT&T, and on it goes. Let's just say we're in for $2,000 a year on each of these broad range categories. Well, right here as a free member, again, think about the on-ramp for the customer. Get started for free. Projected cash back just based on the average cash back amounts that customers are currently getting with our current merchants, $286 just for showing up and buying the stuff you automatically already buy without even having to think about it, without having to take a penny out of your pocket. Now, would you like to get more benefits? Premium membership, almost double, $533 projected cash back. And then go for the Gusto, VIP, maximum benefits, $656 projected cash back in your first year of membership. By the way, the average VP gets over $800 per year in cash back. So what does it take to become an actual paid member of this? Okay, so we're just talking about customers. Free is obviously free. Sign up for free. You can do it right there. Premium for a whopping $4.95 per month. Okay, you get the regular cash back plus a 4% membership cash back that's paid to you annually, and they'll give you your own Doobly prepaid debit card, which is nice. Okay, VIP, which is what virtually everybody does. I know that's what I did. Tony and thousands, actually millions of other people have done. There's millions of customers worldwide on this already. But you get your regular cash back plus 6%, and that's given to you monthly. You get your prepaid debit card. You also get what's called the customer referral program. Now, I want you to think about this. Have you ever seen a customer referral program, like, for example, with DirecTV or anything else where you could refer a friend, right, and get a little kickback? Well, we've got that right here. As a VIP member, if I scroll right up here, right in the middle, you could earn cash. Think about this, again, as a marketer. Here's a customer referring other VIP customers simply because they like the service, they're getting cash back, okay, and they refer others and they get a $20 finder's fee, if you will, for doing that as a VIP member who has referred others. That whole deal is only $99 a year. So the question that may come up for some people is, does this work? Well, I'm going to go ahead and log into my account, and I'm going to show you, let me look at this right here, this cash back, and I haven't been back here too much, but just in my normal shopping, this is what has happened in my first 3 months of using this service. Okay, I've received $92.94 posted cash back. Rewards, just some friends that I referred that went ahead and upgraded to VIP, so that's $20 each. So there's 3 people that just, and I don't even know who they are, just showing people the stuff and they're buying it. And then pending cash back, $586. This is live right now. This is, you're seeing me click on this stuff. This is my cash back account. Now pending goes into the posted cash back after each merchant decides, okay, that's been 30 days or whatever the refund period is, and here you go, here's your money. So I've got $700 or so here in cashback earnings on a $99 membership. Do you think I'm going to renew this when it's time for me to renew next year? Or maybe a better question is, who wouldn't renew it, right? I mean, look at the return just on a whim. And I didn't even know that I was getting this much cash back. I've just been doing some shopping as normal. We're right here in the beginning of December. Apparently my wife bought something on this store, red envelope. I don't know what that is, maybe cards or something. $75. Here's cash back. Let's go back to last month and let's see some of the stuff that I bought. Okay, here's Mac Mall, right? They're the biggest online retailer for Apple products. Bought my wife an Apple MacBook Air. Here's $13.89 back from them, plus Doobly, because I'm a VIP. Here's my membership cash back, $83. So here's $100 that I wouldn't have had, right? That pays for my whole annual membership right there. Here's a desk that we bought from Wayfair. Here's Target, Home Depot, right? In fact, Tony, I can tell you what this is. I bought a new drill and needed some stuff. I just moved into a new home, and my old drill had run its course. So I ordered it online. I showed up. They handed it to me. I walked out the door, done. And yet here I am with almost $10 cash back just for doing what I had to do anyway, right? Disney, I know we could spend $1 million there, but you get the point. This works. The product works. Now, Tony, what's the problem with this in terms of saying to Mr. or Mrs. Customer, hey, we've got a better way for you to buy stuff? What's the problem with that?
In terms of how things have normally been prior to Doobly doing this?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to play devil's advocate. Why wouldn't this work?
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, and John's got his tongue in his cheek there, because when John showed me this, I had a little list of objections, because I've been in the industry for over 20 years now, and I have seen other companies try to do cash back, and I'll be honest, I'm a really conservative person. I have never been in a company that was shut down. I've never been in a company that went out of business. I've never been in a company that attracted any regulatory activity. And so I'm really, really conservative. And so when John was showing me this, I resisted it. I tried to poke holes in it. And one of the things that I told John, I said, well, John, cashback's a great idea, but here's the problem with cashback programs is, say you're a lady who wants to, say you normally buy your makeup at Sephora, right? Or say you're a guy and you normally buy your big screen televisions at Best Buy. Most of these cashback programs, like the ones you see from the credit card companies, like Capital One and places like that, they give you a teeny tiny amount, maybe like 0.5% or 1%. And also, in order to get cash back, you have to change your stores. You can't get your TV at Best Buy. You got to go over to Bob's Appliances, right? Or say you normally buy your makeup at Sephora. Well, now you got to go buy it at Ulta or whatever. And the two big challenges is that, number one, nobody wants to change stores, right? And number two, people forget that they're in a cashback program. And maybe you've had that experience. I have. I've been in cashback programs before and bought something, paid full-blown retail price, and then remembered after the fact, oh, I forgot. If I'd have went through the special link and clicked the special thing and put in the special code, I would have got 1% cash back. And so that was part of my initial resistance when John first told me about Doobly. And I did not realize Doobly has already preempted those problems, which I think is what John's about to demonstrate to you here. We can show you the big shopping mall that you can go through, but what if you forget, like I did? The very first day I had my membership, matter of fact, I'll keep this brief. My wife and I started a nonprofit organization this year. It's a children's theater here in our city. And my wife called me and she said, hey, we need a big screen television in one of the classrooms. And I said, okay, well, I'll get one. And I did what I always do. I went to bestbuy.com and I bought the television for in-store pickup. I bought it online so I could go to the store the next day and just pick it up. I totally forgot about Doobly. But Doobly did not forget about me. John, if you will, let's do the Google thing in a moment. If you would, go to Best Buy there and show the folks exactly what I experienced when I went to Best Buy as a Doobly customer.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, so here is, I was going to show you the Google thing. We're going to save that for last because that's really, really slick. But right now we're going to go to Best Buy, and we're going to see what happens here. Okay, oh, look what just happened. Right here across the top of bestbuy.com is the Doobly toolbar. It recognized that I am on this website, which happens to be a merchant here with Doobly, and it's telling me, hey, don't forget, you're a VIP member. You can go ahead and activate your cash back right there. Now, while I'm shopping here on Best Buy, buying my electronics and what have you, it's collecting that money for me. You see that? That's all automatically done. I don't even have to think about it. So now the problem is solved. Again,
John,
yeah.
What was exciting to me, John, guys, that is, look at the address bar where John is. He's not at Doobly. He went to bestbuy.com and the Doobly toolbar pops up at the top because it recognizes John as a member of the Doobly network. So all John has to do is hit that blue button that says Activate Cash Back, and anything he purchases during this shopping session, Best Buy is going to give him back 7%. This is money that used to stay at the retailer. This is not new money. It's not money that Doobly is inventing out of thin air. It's money that they used to keep and used to stay with the retailer is now being given back to John. When I saw that, my whole perspective of cashback, or specifically Doobly, changed because I'd never seen a cashback company do it that way before. It's absolutely astonishing that that technology works, even though he's at bestbuy.com, not at Doobly. Pretty cool.
It is really cool. And I'll tell you what, other merchants, and we'll show you the Google thing here in just a second, but other merchants, like I've got an affinity for Crutchfield. And this isn't a Crutchfield commercial. But Best Buy has stores on the ground here in Utah. Crutchfield does not. Therefore, I don't have to pay tax, right? And they're going to ship me this stuff for free. Look, 9.5% cash back. Guess where I just bought my $2,000 Samsung TV? It was Crutchfield. I don't want to have to drive to the store and pick it up anyway. They'll just deliver it to me, right? Spectacular. Click the Activate Cashback button, and you'll notice here right up top this tiny little thing, if you can see me hovering over it right now, just turned green. The D right there with a little green dot, that means I am now active. Now I go shopping. So, as exciting as all this is, let me show you something. Tony, can I show you something? Let me show you something.
This is my favorite part. It's like, what if you forget, hey John, what if you forget you're in Doobly for a moment and you don't really know where you want to buy something? Like, say you want some Nike shoes.
Nike shoes.
Yeah, I was looking at Nike shoes yesterday. I saw Jerry Seinfeld had a nice pair on. I was trying to figure out what they were. So let's look up Nike shoes. Guys, this is really amazing technology here.
This is really something else. Now, I don't know where I want to buy the Nike shoes. Unlike Best Buy or Crutchfield or Apple or Mac Mall or Sephora, where I get my lipstick. Just joking. But unlike those retailers, now all I know is the product, right? So I'm doing a search. I'm going to Google. I don't know anything. I don't want to think, right? I just want Google to tell me where to go here. And, oh, look, shop Nike shoes. Right here inside the Google results, I can get up to 14.4% cash back, and I can click to go to the store right there. Or if I'm a free member, see this where it says upgrade membership? I can go ahead and click right inside Google to go pay my upgrade fee because I know I'm about to go spend a lot of money here over at famousfootwear.com apparently. So let me get the maximum cash back. Right? And here's competition. Finish Line says, well, we'll give you a 10.6. Right? Over here in the advertisements, here's Kohl's, 8.4%. Right? Who's this? Sports Authority, 8.6. Nike themselves, Nike.com, 8.5. Foot Locker, 9.2, and on it goes. East Bay, never even heard of them, but there they are. So it looks like Famous Footwear really wants my business today. Okay, now again, this is on top of any sales they may be running. Right now, we've got a big shopping season going on. It's December, so everybody's got the discounts and all this. We're not talking about just getting an additional discount. We're talking about getting the discounts offered from the retailers and then getting cash back. Listen, post-tax, all right, that's a big deal if you know much about accounting, and I'm not a financial advisor, but think about this. You already spent the money, and now the cash back goes onto your Doobly prepaid MasterCard or into your PayPal account or directly back to your bank account, however you want it to work after the transaction. Okay, so this is post-transaction stuff. Tony, absolutely brilliant, and I could think of 10 million things. I remember I did this live from stage just a few weeks ago where I asked the audience, all right, what are we buying today? And somebody yelled something out, and I typed it, and sure enough, there's merchants right there inside Google saying, yeah, we'll sell you that, and here's your cash back.
Well, what I love, too, while you've got the Google results up there, guys, John's Google results look very different from yours, doesn't it? I mean, built in to the Google results is the Doobly cashback. It's amazing technology, but the cool thing is look at the names: Nike, Finish Line, Foot Locker, Kohl's Department Store, JCPenney. I mean, these are all stores that are part of Doobly Network. You're not going to have to change and start having to buy Bobo tennis shoes. You can get your Nikes, right? And I think this is the other big distinction. A lot of the folks that have tried cash back in the past, the company did not have a very successful method for getting the top tier retailers. And here you've got major brand names like Lowe's Hardware, Ace Hardware. You've got Finish Line, Priceline, Travelocity, 1-800-Flowers, Allstate. It's amazing. So John's already gone through and shown you some of the brand names. And those two things to me are the 1-2 punch, John. It was major brands that I'm already shopping at, and the technology that allows me to get the best deal anytime I go to Google and fill it out, or anytime I happen to forget about whether or not I should go through the Doobly shopping mall. The browser will always remind me when I'm on a Doobly Network partner site. It's very cool.
It is so cool. Now look, typically in a home-based business kind of a presentation that I've seen, people talk about the product as little as possible because they really want to push the comp plan, the whole biz op. Here we have been talking, 20 minutes, whatever it is, just about the product. We're just authentically enthusiastic about the product. We use the product. We love the product, biz op or not. I'm a customer here. I'm really, really loving this. And again, this is in contrast to what most people are experiencing when they're attempting to do home-based business. Now they've got to reluctantly approach friends, family, neighbors or something, trying to get people on AutoShip for a product that they didn't know existed a half hour ago or whatever. Here, we love the product. We could probably talk about it all day, but we do want to transition over to how do we make money with all this, in addition to getting cash back for being a customer and shopping online. Spectacular. In addition to all that, does this pay, or how does this pay? Well, I could tell you, and then I'm going to kick it over to Tony to talk a bit more about the business model itself, but I could tell you after, in my case, 19 years of doing business online and offline in the home business world, and having made millions, in my second full month here with this product, this Doobly thing that I just showed you, my second full month, I just had the best month financially of my life. Of my life. And I'm accustomed to selling like high-ticket stuff, and the niche marketing and lots of intense thought goes into that. This has been a walk in the park, but not just that. Because some people may say, yeah, well, John, you've been successful before. Of course, you could be successful here too. Tony, you've seen this as well. We've got people, both of us, on our teams that have never had success before in anything else. That, and not to sound critical, but they really couldn't sell in other kind of programs. They couldn't get anything on the road, so to speak. And yet they've come here and they've made more money in their first month than they've ever made perhaps in a year of effort combined from their best year ever doing anything else. It's that spectacular. And there's reasons for that. So Tony, I'm going to kick it over to you to talk a little bit about Doobly Network. Now you've seen Doobly. That's the customer experience. Doobly Network is the marketing side of this that drives all this, and that's now putting Doobly, the cashback program, into the largest consumer markets in the world, right here in the United States, Australia, New Zealand, UK, et cetera, et cetera. We're already on every continent on the planet. So, Tony, tell us about the business opportunity here.
Yeah, and at the risk of being a little bit redundant here, let's just kind of recap. We've got. Let me frame it this way. Chances are good if you're watching this presentation, this is not your first time being involved in the home business industry, and a great deal of what has caused people, perhaps like you, to be frustrated in the past is that it seemed like you never had all the pieces of the puzzle on the table at the same time. Does that sound familiar to you? I mean, I know that years ago, I think I've been in the industry now over 20-something years. I've been in the home business industry, and I've been in companies where they had a great product, but they didn't have the right marketing plan. Or they had a great marketing plan, but the product wasn't that interesting. Or they had a great product and marketing plan, but the comp plan was awful. It took you forever. You had to have an army of customers to make a decent income. And I think what Doobly has done differently, and this is probably one of the key points, every other home business you've ever been involved in basically involves something like this. Oh, you don't know anything about this, you've never heard of this before, but I want to tell you about it, and now I want you to get your credit card out and buy it, because even though you were totally ignorant of this new product, oh, it's so wonderful, oh, it's great, you didn't know anything about it 30 minutes ago, but now I want you to buy it, and I want you to buy it every month, and help me tell other people about it every month. Doobly's saying, don't change anything. Keep shopping where you've been shopping. Keep buying what you've been buying. Just get cash back. And this is why already over 11 million people around the world are customers. Our customer to rep ratio is incredible. It's over 370 to 1. This is highly unusual in the home business industry where, and you probably know this, where you look at the average network marketing company and most of the people using that product are also in the pay plan. And one of the things that regulators love to see, no matter what company, what country you live in, they love to see a direct sales company where people are actually using the product because they want the product. Now, everything we've said up to this point is a conversation about what we do for customers. So let's talk about the opportunity that you have to partner with Doobly Network so that you can actually start getting your piece of a multi-billion-dollar pie. Unlike, I mean, it's the largest trend in the world. Unlike nutrition or skincare or makeup or insurance or any one thing, all of these things can be purchased through online shopping. It's the biggest trend. Matter of fact, one of John's neighbors there in Salt Lake City, Tim Sales, I learned from Tim Sales years ago, if you want to become wealthy, and I don't mean just well-to-do or just have a nice paycheck, but if you want to become truly wealthy, you need to find out where the money's going and get in front of it. It's all about watching the trends, finding out where's it going and where's it going to be going. And there's no bigger trend on the planet than online e-commerce. And that is the core of what we're doing here. So the opportunity that we have, and John, if you want to draw this out on the screen, I don't know if you've got your magical pen there handy, but ladies and gentlemen, imagine a situation where you have the opportunity to not only share this with other people, but you get to earn 25% of all that cash back, the commissionable cash back that's taking place. Now, I don't want to get into specific examples, but just imagine if you have Susie doing her holiday shopping here in December, and she goes out and she spends, I don't know, say she spends a couple $1,000s. And let's say that various places, let's say the commissionable revenue that she gets there is, say she gets a couple $100 in commissionable cash back. That means that you got $50 on somebody else going out and doing some shopping. And that's just from one person. Now, if you contrast that to what normal network marketing looks like, where, you know, somebody's buying a $50 bottle of vitamin and you're making $1.50, you got to have a lot of people doing that every single month. But here, it's actually really, really simple, easy even, to get lots of people out here just shopping where they normally shop, and for every dollar that they spend, that they're getting in commissionable revenue, you're getting a quarter. For every $100 that they get back in commissionable cash back, you're getting $25. So imagine what it would look like if you had 1,000 of these customers out there. They're just doing their regular thing. They're not having to do auto ship. You're not having to convince them to stay in the program. You're not having to train them. You're not having to get them to do anything. You're just introducing them to an annual membership of $99 VIP membership, and then you, in turn, are going to earn 25% of that commissionable revenue for life. It's infinitely scalable. There's no limit to how much money can be made on that aspect of it. Now, we're still sort of talking about the customer side. Now, here's the beautiful thing. Just like any other network marketing company, Doobly Network also rewards you financially for building a network, for finding other entrepreneurially minded people who want to have that same opportunity. So not only are you going to earn money from your customers' cash back, but you're also going to earn money from the overrides of your team members who are also going out and getting customers, and also on business packages, because we have a couple of different packages that John's going to show you in just a moment, where by getting started in the business, you have a choice of a couple of different packages to start with, and you can earn up to $247 every time someone gets started with one of those packages. And you also can earn up to $480 every time one of those packages is sold in your team, even if you didn't personally make the sale yourself, which is called leverage, which is really, really exciting. And I don't want to get too far into the details of all the, John, one of the things that you and I have always kind of been slightly annoyed with in the world of network marketing is when, you got all these circle. Let's draw a bunch of circles of three who get three, and this person gets this many points, and if the BV and the PV are this, and it's a nightmare. But here's what I would like to just point out. If you are coachable and trainable, and you come on board with us, and you actually follow the system that we'll give you, you actually have a very real opportunity to start paying your 2 biggest monthly payments with brand new income that doesn't exist at this moment. Meaning you're going to be able to create a brand new passive residual income out of thin air using this system and this product with this pay plan. And we'll talk a little bit about when I say this system, you're getting started with an unusually talented and productive group of people who are letting you look over our shoulders and designing and providing tools for you to market with, so you don't have to be the expert. Everything is actually going to be provided for you. So, John, I've kind of hit on a couple of things there, a little bit about the comp plan, a little bit about leverage, and I went ahead and kind of set up the conversation about what we're doing here with Home Business Lab. So thank you for the magical pen, by the way. I'm always slightly hypnotized when you pull out the magical pen. But let me turn it over to you a little bit about what this can look like in terms of income potential. I will co-sign what John said as well. John has had 7-figure years. He's had years that he's made more than $1 million. I have averaged a little over, let's see, it's just $2.3 million in the last 2.5 years. And yet I put that business aside to focus on this full time. If I didn't believe this was an 8-figure income opportunity for me, I wouldn't be here. And like John, I also had my biggest income month in my entire career in my 2nd month here. So whether you're looking to make an extra $500 a month to help you out with some of your bills, or if you are a big player and you've got big goals and you want to make a multiple 6- or 7-figure monthly income, then you're definitely in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Tony, well said. And as you were talking, I was writing out, and forgive my penmanship, everybody. You'd think as an author I would know how to write, but I can type a lot better than I can write. So customers, okay, commissionable revenue. There's a 25% commission on there's some math behind the scenes on that when the merchant gives cash back to the customer. So when all that is said and done, bottom line is you're getting paid on every transaction. Every transaction, there's some money in there for you as the person who introduced that customer. When they upgrade to their VIP or their premium membership, there's a 25% commission. For example, the $99 a year, you're getting 25%. So what's that? Almost $25 a year, $24.75 or whatever it is. And again, this is recurring. Okay, so this commissionable revenue goes on for as long as they're using the membership and shopping online, and each year they renew, and they get to pay their fee, right? Just like I'll do every year. And again, you're getting paid again and again on that. So you literally did the business once, you enrolled the customer once, and this goes on and on. Now, Tony mentioned the business network. Here you could start building a team, and there's plenty of commissions to be made in short order. Okay, building a team is a very fast way to go here, and you get 10 to 27.5%. And again, we're not going to get into all the minutia of the comp plan. People ask me, John, how does the comp plan work? I don't know. It works really well. We're doing really good. But there are like mathematicians and people that do that kind of stuff. I'm more of a philosopher, so we're going to keep it simple. And you can watch videos and all that if you're interested in how all the math flows. But bottom line is, Tony and I both have never done this well before, and we've already made millions in business. So this is really, really cool. There's one thing Tony didn't mention, and that is the partner program. This is big. Okay, so let me tell you what this is. Think about this. Think about if you had a friend who owns, let's say, an auto shop or a coffee house or a salon or some sort of a storefront where they've got people that come into that store each month and they buy whatever that store sells. Okay, manicures, oil changes, cafe lattes, etc. And let's say they've got a database of several thousand people. that come into that store, right? And they want the people to come in and be recurring customers. And you could say, with this partner program, you could say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Store owner now, how would you like to be able to offer an additional benefit to your existing customer base by giving them the Bob's Store cashback program? Okay, so now we're going to take Doobly off the top of the website. We're going to put Bob's cashback program up there, and insert name of company here. And now your customers, when they're not in your store, okay, the other 29 days out of the month, when they're not in there getting their oil changed or something, they're out shopping online, and you're getting commissions, right, on this commissionable revenue piece. These are your customers now, Bob. Okay, and now you're monetizing your existing database of customers that you already paid money to market to get them in your store and to get them, as your customers, right? Now you're giving them an additional benefit. You can sign them up for free. They're going to go ahead and upgrade on their own. Don't worry about that. You're going to get commissions on that too. Okay, but you see this? Now you're getting an increased ROI, an increased return on investment with the marketing you've already done for your existing customer database. Now, you, as the person who offered that partner program, that co-branding or white label opportunity to Bob's Store, you're in for 10% override on all of that. Now, I saw, and we're not going to get into slideshows and stuff here. This is, very conversational and just, on the off the cuff sort of hangout that we're doing. But I've seen hypothetical examples of where a medium-sized company, let's say with 100,000 customers in their database, just based on the averages and the conversions and what's already happening, sign up that partner. It's about $13,000 a year to run that business, to run that co-branding opportunity, and the yield is over $9 million in the first year. So I want you to think about the magnitude of this. Here's an opportunity for somebody to become a partner with Doobly and put in $13,000 and get out $9 million. I mean, that's, in my book, that's an easy sell. Okay, but it gets even better. Let's say that this isn't a store anymore. Let's say this is a church or a school or a nonprofit. Okay, that whole partner deal is now free. Okay, now think about this. If you're involved in a church or school or nonprofit, there's always, passing the basket, and we got the fundraiser, we got to do the, the charity thing and whatever it is. Well, here you could say, sign up for free in the such and such nonprofit organization cashback program, and now sign up all the donors as customers in that program. Again, they could sign up for free, they can become a paid member too, and now we're getting that same commissionable revenue and the commissions on the paid memberships, and that's all going to the church, school, or nonprofit without them putting their hands in their pockets, without passing the basket. Think about this. And you can be the hero by signing up that organization. We've got whole groups here in the United States that have gotten started just to do this. I've got a guy in my team, Tony, I know you know the guy as well, just signed up the Salvation Army. The Red Cross is in on this. There's so many organizations that can benefit from this. So it's an everybody wins scenario. And again, I know I can just gush enthusiasm about this because it's so huge. But think about it. The customer wins. Okay, you as the business builder wins. The partner wins. The merchant even wins, right? Unlike Groupon, where they're basically dropping their pants and saying, please just come into the store. We're going to give you all the money away. We're going to lose money on the deal. Here, the merchant's only paying when the customer comes in with cash in fist. We're not asking the merchant to pay for traffic. We're telling the merchant we're sending you customers with money in hand, ready to buy. That's when you pay the commissions, right? So think about it. Everybody wins. By the way, Groupon is also in on this deal. In fact, let me show you a few of the people who are behind the scenes on all this here. This is Doobly Network. So I showed you Doobly before. This was Doobly.com. This is Doobly Network, different website. This is what the customer doesn't see. Okay, I'm going to just show you a few of the people that are behind the scenes here. This guy right here, for example, the chairman of the board, Blas Garcia Moros. This is the guy that brought Microsoft to Latin America. 15 years in Microsoft. He was the number 5 guy there, working directly with Bill Gates. We're talking about a billionaire here. Here's the chairman of the board here with Doobly. The person who founded all this is Michael Hansen. Made billions in real estate development in Europe and in Dubai, the UAE, Arabia. He's also the guy who created what became the Star Wars line of Legos. Again, a billionaire. with a high level of affinity for network marketing, loves network marketing. So here he is. Tony and I got to meet with him just a few weeks ago. Lester Rosenkrantz. I did mention this is a publicly traded company, right? Well, here's a guy. I mean, just look at the guy, right? I mean, this guy knows finance. I don't know if he can sell anything, but I mean, here's the guy who's crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So look, in my experience, and Tony, you know this as well, at least as important as what business you do is who you do it with. Okay, so we've got some people behind the scenes here that live for this stuff. Okay, because this isn't just your network marketing deal of the week. These guys are running for NASDAQ. Okay, now what's it going to take to put this company on NASDAQ? Well, it's going to take a couple million customers, not just business reps. Okay, we're not talking about building the network marketing side of this. We're talking about building the customer side of this. So again, in contrast to what most people are attempting to do in home-based business, here's a company backed by billionaires looking for NASDAQ listing. Okay, that's what motivates this, and I'll show you that they've got some pretty spectacular rewards that they're giving to those of us who help them build this and help them acquire that customer database. They are multinational. Oh, by the way, some of the other people that recently have come over is the VP or whatever his title was from Groupon itself. Also, the Chief Technology Officer is the guy who programmed Bing for Microsoft. So again, a lot of heavyweights in business and in technology are behind this. But they've got home offices here in Dubai, UAE, Florida, United States, and Berlin, Germany. Okay, and expanding as we speak. So you're in business with some pretty big players. Now, on the business side, how do we get started? Before I show you that, I think I'm just going to show you something. This is actually my personal. I went ahead and logged in just before we started this, and pulled up one of my personal screens, just to show you the reality of what's going on in my particular organization. Now, I'm not going to make income claims at this point where people's income is private. I'm just going to show you this thing called duplication. Now, if you've ever been in home-based business before, you know that duplication is sort of a mythological unicorn creature that nobody can seem to find. At least that's been my experience. So I want you to take a look at this right here, this box. Now in this box, you're going to see, and again, this is just before we started this broadcast, and I'm in this deal 3 months. Okay, so I want you to look at this. People typically get started as what's called a team leader. Some people get started as what's called a team member, and I'll show you what those are here in just a minute. But I want you to look at these leadership ranks. This is team member, team leader, team coordinator, sales director, vice president, and senior vice president. As you can see here, I'm already a vice president. I'm one away from maxing out this entire comp plan. Okay, and this, in my case, was 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks to get to vice president. Okay, and I'm not telling you that to brag. Again, I'm not even a fan of network marketing. So, and I can't even explain the comp plan. I'm just here to let you know that I've almost already maxed it out, and I was already too busy running other stuff to even pay attention to what was going on here. So check this out. I want you to look at the duplication. Look at this number right here, 91. This is how many people. This is called a front line. So again, if you're familiar with home-based business, these are people that you personally enrolled. Okay, so in my case, I personally enrolled 91 people. Okay, so not 91,000. Okay, I know some people that have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that they bring over from another deal or something like that. I didn't have that. Okay, I wasn't the big list guy. Like I said, I'm an author. I'm a rather quiet and private person. I'm not a networker, so to speak. And yet here I am, 91 people that have personally gotten started on the business side. Okay, we're not even counting customers now. But here is the magic number, my friends. Here's what I want you to look at. This number right here. As of right now, and the number may have gone up since we've been talking. Usually it does. I can't do a webinar without several people getting started while I'm talking, but 2,599 people in my organization from 91. What is that, like 30 times duplication? My friends, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Okay, and by the way, yes, I'm a vice president, but it's not just me, right? I already got 2 vice presidents on my team. I got 54 sales directors, 202 team coordinators. I mean, this is just getting silly. So this is growing bigger and faster and more effortlessly than anything I've ever seen. Is it work? Yes, it's work. But I'll tell you what, it's very enjoyable work. Now, there's 2 other things I'll tell you before we wrap this up, and I'll show you how you get started. When you reach the rank of vice president, there's a bonus. You see, there's an incentive that these guys who I just introduced you to before, Blas and Mike and all these guys, They want to buy you something. Not a car, by the way. We don't have a car program. Instead, we have a property and house a property and house program. When you reach vice president with at least 800 people on your in your organization, you get a piece of property, or you're qualified for the piece of property on Grand Cayman. They bought a bunch of lots there, and you get to participate in that once you're a senior vice president, at which time they're going to build you a house on the island and hand you the title. And we're not talking about a shack, okay? They're building a golf and beach resort there. This is high end. Tony, you've been to Grand Cayman. I haven't. I've been to Aruba and a few other places around that region, but I hear Grand Cayman is pretty cool. Plus, I know it's a tax-free jurisdiction, which I'm very excited about. But here's the point. Max this comp plan out, help these guys get what they want, which is a few million customers and a NASDAQ listing, and make billions. Here's your house. Thanks for helping out. Okay, so again, this is a much bigger play than just most home-based business kind of stuff. Now I'm going to, in addition to that, I'm going to show you this just for a second here. This is what Tony alluded to before. This is our team portal where we're going to be working with people on the one thing that most people in home-based business have struggled with probably for their whole lives, and that is marketing. I want you to think about this. You may have the greatest product, the greatest program in the world, okay? But if you can't get it sold, well, then you're broke, right? And most people in home-based business, okay, and this has nothing to do with Doobly, because Doobly would be in the same boat here. Okay, Doobly has the same problem as any other network marketing company, and that is marketing. How do we get it into the hands of the public? Okay, well here, and you see we've got this guy right here with his happy face.
Below this video.
Oh, he just started talking. That's Randy. He's one of our partners. We've got a group of partners that have come together. Tony, myself, Randy, other people that you haven't met yet, but you're going to meet once you're a member, and get inside this portal. We're going to show you exactly what we do. We've got the trainings, we've got tools, we've got ad copywriting, we've got videos like the one you're watching right now. I mean, this is obviously something that you're not doing. Tony and I are doing this one for you. We've got other talented people that know how to explain stuff and write emails and social media training. In fact, this guy Randy right here, who you just saw, is the world's foremost expert on LinkedIn. Okay, I don't know much about LinkedIn. I've logged in once or twice, but so now I'm a customer. Hey, Randy, show me something about this stuff, right? So there's lots of possibilities on how to get this out into the marketplace. But my friends, this is the biggest thing missing from most home-based businesses. You know, Mr. or Mrs. Distributor sign up, and they don't know what to do. Make a list of friends, family, and neighbors. That's it. That's like the extent of their marketing training. Well, here we're going to show you how to get into the other 7 billion people on the planet and get this to market. Right? Now, what's that worth? I'll tell you, in my experience, I've spent well over $200,000 in my own education, okay, after leaving public school and stuff like that, okay? There's an old saying, ignorance is bliss. Well, I'll tell you, that's a joke, okay? Ignorance is what you don't know, and what you don't know will hurt you. Once you know marketing, okay, once you know what these people know, I'll tell you, you'll never need a job again. I haven't worked a job in years and years and years because I learned marketing. Okay, so think about that. It's not just about what we're doing in terms of the business. It's about who we're doing it with. And here we have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of time-saving tips, ideas, systems in place for you to get this to market now, not 10, 15 years from now, after you've learned everything that Tony and I spent 10, 15, 20 years learning. Okay, and Randy and these other people as well. And you'll get to meet them once you're a member. Now, as far as getting started, Tony, is there anything else I need to cover before I show the end of the road here?
No, I think we're on track.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and get started. So here below this video, you're going to see a link, a button. It should bring you to a page that looks like this. And this is the join page, and there's different languages here, you'll see. What you'll want to do is you'll select your country, you put your information, and again, we're in every country on the planet, right? Are you in Benin? Are you in Bouvet? Well, I'm here in the U.S., so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. We got Tonga, look at that. So I'm here in the U.S., the screen refreshes, and it brings up a variety of packages. Now, we're dealing in U.S. dollars, okay? So I'm going to show you, well, let me just show you from the top what we've got here. We've got I'm going to bring my pen up here again. And we've got a few things that you can go ahead and get started with here today. The first one is called a business package, and that's $99 US. If you're in Europe, including the UK, you'll be dealing in euros, and if you're in Australia, you'll be dealing in Australian dollars. And for the rest of the world, we're dealing in US dollars. Okay, so the business package is a one-time fee of $99. Okay, and that basically gets you in the business. You've got your license, and you're ready to go. From there, there's a couple of membership packages. Now, remember we talked about VIP customers, right? $99 a year. Here's a 5-pack of those, one of which you'll probably use for yourself because you'll want to be your own customer, right? When you sign up with Doobly Network, you'll automatically get a customer account with you as the enroller. So you're going to sign yourself up as a customer just by showing up here in the network. Okay, so that's a good thing. And you'll take one of these vouchers and upgrade yourself to a VIP member. Now, if you're not in the U.S., we've got international vouchers. They're worth half as much. So there's a 10-pack of those. Same price in both cases, $495 USD. So combine $495 with $99, and a basic team member package is $594. Okay, and that's how some people get started, as I showed you before in my organizational chart. But the vast majority of us, as I showed you on the chart, get started with what's called the Partner Program Accelerator package. And for $24.75, you get all this that we just talked about before, the $99 license. You get a higher quantity of the prepaid memberships, what they call vouchers. Okay, but you can also pick, do you want national, in other words, the $100 VIP vouchers? Do you want the international, the $50 ones for people, let's say, in countries where there's not a dedicated shopping mall? And these are the countries right here where there is a dedicated mall. Right? Australia, Austria, Canada, Denmark, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so if you're in a country where a dedicated mall does not yet exist, then your VIP is $50. Okay, so you can go with the international package, or you can go with a mixed. Now, I could tell you in my first month of marketing this, I was on 6 out of 7 continents, and I think to this day, now that I'm an old sage here in the business of 3 months, right? I think I'm still only on 6 continents. I do not have anybody on Antarctica. So if you are watching this from Antarctica, please get started. So I could say I'm on 7 continents. But you got a mixed package here where you can get 15 of the nationals and 20 of the internationals. But here's the thing. Each of these 3 packages, no matter which one you go with, like in my case, I'm in the States, and I would probably just go with this or the mixed one. Okay? Here's what you get. For the $24.75, you get the $99 business license. You get the vouchers. You also get what's known as a team leader. Okay, now again, without getting into all the minutia of the comp plan, this is a very nice thing in terms of increased commissions. Okay, so as you grow your organization, and again, coming from a non-MLM perspective, different ranks and such, you get better pay, right? So there is some advantages there. Plus, with this, you get extra benefits here with the team in terms of our team resources. Okay, but one other thing. Notice that this is called the Partner Program Accelerator Package. The other thing that you get here is this right here. So in addition to the product, you got these vouchers. Remember, these are 25 of the $99 vouchers. Okay, you can go ahead and resell them, get your $2,500 back, make money on them. Plus, you're commissioned on them with when people redeem them, right? So here's your 25% commission. So anyway, you've got more than this value in this package. Plus, you're getting the team resources. Plus, you're in the comp plan with a nicer rank, but you also get this partner program sales certification course. This is $1,000 if you buy it separately. And that's on the house. Now, if you're going to sell the partner program, remember we talked about it before with the schools, the churches, the salons, and the coffee houses, okay, anything, any kind of a commercial business. You have to go through the certification course. Doobly doesn't want you out there running your mouth on the street, misrepresenting the thing, right? So you got to go through the sales certification course. If you just get started as a team member with the lesser package, you get to buy this separately later on. Okay, I'll tell you, you do not want to miss out on the partner program. Like I said before, we've got people that are building their whole business just based on this. They're plugged in with different corporations and stuff, and that's what they like to do. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, you get this, you get way more than this value right here, plus what we're throwing in as team leaders here for you. So that's what I would suggest. Click the button below this video. And again, you can do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know what I've done, what Tony has done, and what thousands of us have already done. As you already saw, thousands of people have already come into this, and it's produced millions and millions in sales already in just our first few months. So Tony, I'm gonna I don't know how long we've been talking, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back over to you, and for any closing comments, and we can wrap it up.
Yeah. You know, the exciting thing about this, John, is it truly is a total package. I think it's funny. You mentioned this earlier. It's funny how easy it is to talk about this as a product. In a lot of network marketing companies, the product is almost a necessary evil. Yeah. We got to have a product, but hey, let's get over here and talk about the business. The business here is extremely exciting, but what I think is funny is that you and I can do a conversation like this one and get so wrapped up and excited about the ability to literally just help people save some money in their everyday life without having to change their buying habits, without having to buy something that they're not already buying. I think a couple things come to mind as I've kind of watched this today as a little bit of an outsider to say, you know, what would it look like if I was looking at this conversation for the first time? Your comment about being in business, not just in the right business, but with the right people. John's made millions in the home business industry. He's a published author. He's a recognized speaker. I've made millions in the home business industry. John and I have both traveled the world. Rome, Barcelona, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Canada, you name it. Well, I was just in London a couple weeks ago. We have literally devoted our lives for the last almost 10 years to helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. And when I look at what Home Business Labs coupled with Doobly Network allows people like you to do, you know what, we can whittle all this down. We can continue talking. Here's where the rubber hits the road for you. Are you finally ready to start earning what you deserve? I promise you there are people here that are making thousands of dollars a week who do not have any more on the ball than you do. Because there's too many former school teachers and former lawyers and doctors and car mechanics and bookstore clerks that are making thousands of dollars a week following what you've seen here in the last few minutes with John and I, and it's working. They're making money, and I promise you they are not smarter than you. So if they can do it, if I can do it, I'm pretty sure you can do this. It's really just a matter of making a powerful decision, choosing that your past does not dictate your future, and stepping up and really being willing to actually go for the life that you really do deserve. I would say on the low end, this is an opportunity where you can come in here, make a few $100s in your first week. We have people regularly doing that, where you come in at the PPA level that John mentioned, and follow our system to sell 3 PPAs yourself in your first week. That's a nice $750 first week in the business. If that's all we had going on, this is probably the best business opportunity you've ever looked at. Ask yourself, have you ever made $750 in your first week in any home business? That's doable here. On the high end, you're already talking to 2 folks. I mean, I'm the former bookstore clerk at Walden Books in Randolph Mall, Asheboro, North Carolina, years ago. I've made literally in 3 months, I've made a multiple 6-figure income doing what you've seen described here in the last few minutes. John's done the same. That's not an income claim. It's simply a demonstration that there are people here who are living the life that you want to live. And the only difference between us and you is that we've had the opportunity to make the decision a little bit before you do. That's all. There's no difference between us and you. The only difference is timing. And so if you've ever said, I wish I was just in the right place at the right time, if you've ever said, man, I'm never in the right place at the right time, you can never say that again after today. Not after today, because this is the opportunity that you've been waiting for. It's all the pieces of the puzzle on the table at the same time, and then on top of that, you've got the opportunity to actually work alongside millionaires who really will show you exactly what we do and how we do it on a daily basis. Look over our shoulder, attend our webinars, our training. We have conference calls. The team site is laid out in a way that literally is just dummy proof. It's anything you have a question about this business, you're going to be able to go back there, and if you don't see a video module about it, then you've got an interactive forum where you can contact John or myself or your sponsor directly. It's thousands of people working together to help you get from where you are to where you want to be, and it really is that simple. So yeah, I think your finest decision would be to click the button down below, get started, and prove to yourself what you really can do in a home business when you really do have everything that you need at your fingertips.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for sharing the stage. It's always a pleasure to work with you, if you consider this work, and show people how we're having all the success that we're having, and most importantly, how our people have. Right? Our people are having success. People who we've intended to assist and lead and create some affluence in their life are having it here with this system. And guys, we're just getting started. So take Tony's advice. And again, the link down below will bring you right to the join page of whoever invited you here, whether it's me or Tony or whoever here on the team, and get you access to everything you need. So look forward to seeing you guys on the inside. Tony, thanks again, and that's a wrap for now.